I could tell. That's good. I'm thinking that, like, a lot of your songs sound like they might go into, like, a compilation CD. You know, you're under, like, your theme is kind of the same dark, but maybe a little hopeful. You know what I mean?
Well, there's also different facets. I mean, there's actually, I've got plans for already another 3 CDs at least for songs and stuff. And like the next one, actually, you know, I've been talking it over with the guys and stuff. We're probably going to start it sometime next year. Is probably going to be a little sexual in nature.
Ooh.
And, but you know, again, there's different things. I do have material that's a little darker. That's even darker than some of the stuff that I have on the Not for the Innocent CD. They're not fully done, but they're in the working stages. And you know, we just we do what comes from within.
That's good. Yeah, it is. Do you? Is it from your life experiences? Maybe like sometimes when you're writing, is it something you have to go back to, or maybe what you're doing right at that time? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes.
I mean, actually, I did a lot of. You might have, if you know. I'll say this on the air right now because I was going to do this anyway. I'll send you some CDs. You know, so you can actually have some physical copies. We were really low on our inventory at the moment, but once we get the next batch in from our supplier, you know, I'll send you guys some, and then you can see, like, if you look on our lyrics, you'll see that some of the lyrics were actually written. They weren't like written last year or anything, or even this year. Some of them were written back in the 90s. And part of that was my friend Jay Hatch, that's the person who wrote the lyrics for Hard Life, as well as Mine, 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 and Too Late off the Slave CD. And he told me one time, he said, if you really want to, you know, develop your writing ability, try to write a song a day.
Really?
Yeah. And
that's quite disciplined.
Well, it's like any skill, really. I mean, not to take away from the creativity, but once you get a certain flow going, it becomes a lot easier. You know, it's not like I can write a song like, you know, if you put a gun to my head and say, write a song, you know, I could write a song, but it would probably suck balls. But, you know, but once you get into that mode, once you tap into the creativity, it does help to have that discipline with you. Right. And, you know, when you start out with something like that, like any skill, you're going to look at it and go, wow, this is horrible. But you keep doing it, and you get better with words, you get better with flow, with rhymes, with structure. You can start experimenting a little bit more. It's like any other skill. And, you know, and I just try to do the best I can, and I just hope that people appreciate it and like it. And if they don't, that's okay. But, you know, it's something that
I do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very much.
Nikki does, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, right? Tonight? Yeah, it is. I'm just teasing you. But, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people listening, and they all do like it.
There is, going back to your other question, too, sometimes I do have to draw on past experience. Like a song like Out of My Life, I Want You, I had to draw on an experience that I went through about 6 years ago. And when I was in the studio, I really had to put myself in that position and kind of like relive the pain that I went to get that type of a feel. And we actually had to set up some equipment in a certain way to help as well, because a song like that it can be kind of intense. There was a lot of pain going on in my life at that time. So it's not exactly a sweet song, but it's pretty blunt, actually.
Well, and you know, like listening to your music, you can bring the listener right back into the place that you were at. That's good music.
Well, thank you.
You know what I mean? If along with the melody and along with your words, you can bring the people back to where you were at that time, that means you succeeded, at least in my eyes.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Very much.
So let's talk about your live shows.
Okay.
Okay. Do you like to work in a bigger venue or a smaller venue? Do you like the connection with your fans?
I definitely like a bigger stage, bigger venue, because we have more room to move around. We don't have to worry about hitting each other. For the longest time, I was actually using a wireless headset.
Oh.
Because I'm being a three-piece, I'm doing all the guitar duties and the vocal duties and trying to move around at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It gets a little difficult, and I've not from that school where you just kind of stand there and stare at your shoes. I mean, I'm from the KISS school, so you try to make the show entertaining, and it's kind of hard when you're anchored by the mic. The problem was with the headset mic is that people couldn't hear me, and that's a no-no. We definitely need, the music has to come first. If you're all moves and no music, then it's like, what's the point?
Right.
So we definitely, and Johnny's the same way. I mean, he moves around as much, if not more, than I do. Mike is a very dynamic drummer, and so it's definitely the bigger the better would be great. And talking to people like after the show, it's awesome. I mean, if you go on CarolineBlue.com, we have a section called Fans, Friends, and Freaks, and if you check that out, you'll see probably me more than anybody else. I'm not afraid of the camera, and there's
clearly you have no reason to be.
Well. Thank you. I'm blushing over here. But, I mean, we try to, we're constantly trying to add people to our mailing list, get people to shows. We take pictures of people, whether usually with a band member, and try to get them up there. We do have a separate MySpace page dedicated to our fans, friends, and freaks. And every day there's a new fan, friend, or freak. It's your choice what you want to be called, up there as our main avatar. And that's kind of our way of saying thank you, for supporting
What differentiates someone between a fan, friend, or freak?
You'll have to log in on the pay site on TRYST Radio. Well, it's kind of up to the individual person. We don't try to tell people what to do or label them or anything like that.
Sure.
A person, I mean, people will come up to say, when I say fan, friend, or freak, they'll say, "Oh, I'm a freak." Like, okay, that's cool.
Right.
And we've had some people go crazy. I mean, we performed Love Me or Leave Me one time, one of the first shows we ever did it, and some guy tried to start a mosh pit to that.
Oh.
And I was like, well, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. And it was kind of funny because there was a girl who was a friend of ours who was trying to take pictures of us, and she actually grabbed the guy and kind of threw him, just to get him out of the way. Because nobody else was moshing. That's not really a mosh-type song.
Yeah, you can't really peg that as a mosh song, right? And then you can't really mosh alone.
Yeah, but this guy was doing his best. He was drunk, he was happy, and
right.
He was doing his thing.
As long as they're having fun,
Yeah, as long as they're not hurting themselves or anybody else, it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. What has been your favorite show that you performed?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I know, like, musically, one of my favorite ones was the back in June at the Halfpenny with Monster Mike and Johnny. I mean, I was describing that before. It was basically a flawless show. It was from a musical standpoint, I couldn't ask for a better show.
Good.
Live, in terms of like stage movement and stuff like that, I would have to say it's a combination of also crowd response. We played. We have a thing out in Central New York. It's a venue. It's called Inner Harbor, and we actually opened up for Mike's other band there, and played in front of a lot of people. We gained a lot of new fans there, and it was a great experience. We just had a lot of fun, as much as you can. It was outdoors too, and it was a beautiful day. Sometimes you got to watch out for those outdoor shows because you never know the weather. But I mean, there's actually been so many. I mean, in a sense, this is kind of a cop-out answer, but every show is my favorite show.
No, I like that answer, actually. I think that's a very fair answer.
I mean, for me to be up on stage doing what I do, I love it. And every time I get an opportunity to do that, I'm thankful for it. And it's just a lot of fun. And sure, there's some things, sometimes there's some stress, and there's some problems and stuff, but you get over it. And sometimes, a lot of times, you watch the videos and stuff, you can laugh at it. I mean, I've definitely had my share of problems on stage. And, at the time it's a little stressful, but, you laugh at it, and eventually it'll probably find its way on a blooper video or something. So, but that would probably be the best answer. Probably every show, in a sense, is my favorite show. I can't really pinpoint something where I would just say this is the best show. Maybe the best show's yet to come.
Right. See, I like that answer too. That actually sounds like a song. Think about that for a while. The best show is yet to come.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm real happy for y'all, and make sure that you keep us updated on when your videos and your CDs are ready, and when you're going to be touring.
Definitely.
I mean, that's something big, especially because you're on the East Coast and we all are too. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So as soon as you know when that's going to happen, make sure to let us know.
You bet.
All right.
You bet.
I think that that I really want to encourage everyone to go to their MySpace. Okay, add them as a friend. Download their songs, because the 4 that we have really don't even touch the iceberg. I mean, they're an amazing band. So make sure to check out www.myspace.com/Caroline Blue, just like it sounds. And you can check them out at www.carolineblue.com.
And we have our CDs available on the main site, carolineblue.com. We also have them available on CD Baby as well. And we just you want to make sure you definitely get what you pay for, and because sometimes I know some people are a little apprehensive about buying stuff on the net. Sometimes,
Be brave, do it for the band.
But we definitely have it there. For people who are in Central New York, we also have them in several stores like C&G Music, A&J Music, the Ultimate Music Center, the Sound Garden, among other places as well. But doing a little promo there.
That's all right. That's what you're here for, and that's why we have you on the air.
Well, thank you. I mean, but I had to mention the stores too, because again, some people are a little wary of buying online.
Sure.
And stuff, because sometimes you don't know what you're getting. I mean, if I may say this, I had a friend one time who, he wanted to buy, if I may say this, a penis enlargement device. And he went and, he ordered one, and he ended up getting, he opened up the box, and it was a magnifying glass and a can of black paint, so.
Oh, hell no. Oh,
you got to be careful what you buy.
I agree. But music, come on now, it's an MP3. You can get one for 99 cents, right?
Yeah, we do have the Slave CD is available on iTunes, among other places. There's on Rhapsody and all sorts of places. I can't actually think. I'm right in front of my computer right now. You'd think I'd be able to name off every place that things
that's all right.
Available.
We'll make sure and send everyone to your website.
Yep, and Not for the Innocent is available. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
No, it's totally fine. We're just about out of time, and I just want to thank you very much.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate this.
Thank you, Wayne.
Very awesome.
We're going to end with one of your songs, but Jason has some announcements. And please come back anytime, all right?
You bet.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Y'all make sure to check out his site, all right? All right, Jason, the table, or the show is yours, right?
I'm taking the mic.